Good morning, beautiful souls. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday to you. I hope all is well. If you heard me on the other side, you know what time it is. Yeah, congrats. We do got life this morning. Shout out to DC. DC, what we are having is number neighbors, right? Number neighbors. For a example, right? 101 is a number neighbor. 223 is a number neighbor. 345 is a number neighbor, right? 467 is a number neighbor. 589, we just had that in DC. It's a number neighbor, right? Number neighbors, rather, right? So if you had any of these numbers in your state, it's not only DC, you could do it in your state, right? So say if you had 467, you have a few more number neighbors that you can play. Just watch how the numbers are moving. Over here, you got 8 tracks, numbers, 0, right? Second option's 14, 1. Second option's 37s, 2s. Second option's 69s, 3s. Second options are 25s, 4s. Second options zeros and eights, right? So what goes on is, right, if you don't know, and again, good morning to you. If you don't know, if you had a number 0 on your drawing, right, expect to play a 1-4 with it, right? Say if you had a 4, right? So if you have a 1 and a 4 in your 8 tracks, when you have a 0 and you have a 4 and you have a 0 and an 8 in your 8 tracks, this can give you a headache. I said this probably a year ago. Whenever you got a 0 and a 1, it will send you off somewhere, totally somewhere else. So, right, look, 0, second option, 14s, right? 4s, second options are 8. So, go to your state, take one number, right? See, this is what we do. We try to take on 2 and 3 numbers at the same time. Just take one number. Say if your state had 104. Say if you had 104, right? We already know whenever you have a 1, you got to consider 37. We know maybe a 37 is next, possibly in your drawing. So do yourself a favor. Just use one number, right? Take your time, man. There's no rush. Take your time. Use one number and then just go from there. But we not going to play on paper. We're not going to do that. We have bills to pay. We got bills. We have grocery, car notes, etc., etc., etc. We're going to jump out here after we figure out what's going on. We're not playing on paper at all. This is the paper. You're playing on paper right now when you're looking at this. After you get this up in you, then you can just go ahead out to the store, right? So we had down, middle, up patterns. What does that mean? All right, so DC, we had 101 yesterday, right? Look, 101. Second options are 06s. So meaning this can be DC, MD, VA, in anywhere, wherever you at, it doesn't make a difference, right? If we had 101, right? 1, 06, 7, 8, 9, 16, 17. So say if you just had 116 in your state, you just had 116 in your state, what's left for you to play? If you just had 1 and you would put a 16 here, what's left? 16, 116. You have 106s, 107s, the same thing. So you probably want to stay, these are your middle patterns right here, middle. You have down, up, middle patterns, right? So anything with 110, you got to expect, ooh, Lord, DC. Shoo, damn it, man. So we just had 400, 004, 110 is here, right? So in DC, next, possibly 105, 114, 115, 124, 125, 134, or 135. So if you already had those numbers in your state, which we are having in DC, you just got to consider playing some. So we got top, we have middle, we have bottom. What is a top number? 0, 1, 2. What is a middle number? 3, 4, 5, 6. What is a bottom? Simply 7, 8, 9. You could look in your state and kind of figure out, hey, when the last time I had a middle number? Now, middle numbers could also be just a 3, 4, 5. It can be a 4, 5, 6. Those are series rather, right? So the studying is good. Let me talk to somebody today. I had to send one of my, a guy I went to school with. He left something, you know, people post things on Facebook. So I guess he was at a club and the club was in MD, right? So, you know, in MD, it's just a lot of crazy stuff goes on. And he said I had to represent, he basically had on a hoodie, you know, that, you know, had some DC apparel on it. So I was like, he said I had to wear this to represent, right? So somebody got in the comments and said, well, damn, Akaki is out of town. A lot of people was just saying little things. So I left something in the comments. I said, bro, again, it doesn't matter where you're from. When you go pay the person to get you in, you know, like after you get scanned and all that stuff, they don't ask you, does this money come from MD or DC. They don't care, guys. We got to get out of that mentality. You a Maryland, you a Measy. We got to get out of that mentality, guys. Right? Because it gets real outrageous the way people mindsets are. Now, I left something on, I think I sent something out on one of my stories, right? And I said, because I knew this guy, coming up, being around guys. I knew a guy, his name was White Boy Jimmy. Now, White Boy Jimmy, if you didn't know better, you would think one of his parents was white. During the late 90s, right? I mean, anything that a brother can do, White Boy Jimmy was willing to do it. Back when we just had some downtime, people say, hey, man, let's go play some basketball. We'll go around Northeast, get a young man by the name of Tricky Troy, tall guy. Everybody just wanted to go get Tricky Troy, right? But we used to go to like Rock Creek Park and stuff like that, just play 5-on-5s, just for some money. And I'm talking about money, right? Playing probably for like $1,000 a team, right? I remember me playing some games, but hey, man, even then, I didn't have no win in me, right? Win meaning breath, because I done partied all night, drunk all night. But White Boy Jimmy from MD, I mean, by the way of Lanham, Maryland, maybe, right? I mean, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference if you're from MD, DC, VA. When you have those kind of childish conversations, you an MD dude, you're not about nothing. That don't make sense, guys. It's not where a person is from. When a person come to serve you or give you some type of love or take your lights out, I don't think it really matters where individual is from. Right? So we definitely got to stop this, guys, because it brings outrage, right? People feel like from certain areas they getting disrespected. We got to make a statement. Guys, what are we doing? And you look at some out-of-town folks, right? Bashing the nation's capital, bashing people from the nation's capital. It comes to a time, if somebody was to call somebody from out of town right now and you saw a job on Indeed and this job was paying you maybe, your job, wherever you located at out of town, probably paying you lowball money, probably $40,000 a year. You find a job in DC that's going to pay you triple, but you done talk so much trash about people, you can't even come to DC and work. You can't even tell your family, hey, honey, pack it up. I got a job in D.C. They're willing to pay me $140,000. But you got to tell your wife or your significant other or whomever else, man, I can't go. They be like, are you serious? You making $40,000 down here. They're willing to pay you $100,000 in D.C., probably with free housing and everything. And you can't go. Why you can't go? Because I sit online all day and talk about D.C. dudes and just talk about them bad. That don't make sense, guys. We will miss out on our opportunity just dealing with social media, guys. And I'm trying to tell you it's not worth it. Can you just imagine you on Indeed, man, I like this job. I got everything I need. They telling me to fly in right now. And some say, well, shit, I can't go to DC. I can't even go to a damn game. What are you doing? What you doing? Man, I done talked about so many people in DC to where as though I can't even touch 14th Street Bridge without looking around. Like that's kind of like, just saying, but come on, guys. Don't let these views get you in trouble, man. That would be crazy. I got an opportunity to go somewhere. I done talked so much foolishness. I can't even go. Come on, y'all. Got to be a better way, man. Peace out. I'm gone.